It's going to go right here and... oh, it's empty. What's up, agents? Zero here. Welcome back to some more Mega Skyblock 3. This is episode 10, and if you remember, last time we discovered an island up above the rest that had a villager on it. We discovered a jungle biome island with a husk spawner, which I destroyed because I don't want to take that risk. And I also ended up coming across a snow biome, which that was actually a bit of a pain to get to because of the rain. It made me not realize where I was. Anyway, in this episode, this is actually going to be a little bit of a change of pace, and I did not realize it was as late of a day as it was, so I'm gonna go to sleep. So, this episode is actually going to be a little bit of a change of pace. Instead of going off and exploring another island, here's what I actually want to do. I want to build myself a mob farm, and I'm actually going to be using something in this episode that I haven't used really all that much to begin with, and that's this right here. So I can get a mob spawner for 20 experience. Now I only have 19 experience, so I actually can't get this. But what I'm actually going to do, I know I literally just started this episode off, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to quickly edit this part out. What I'm actually going to do is, I'm actually going to do a little bit of fishing, because right now, that's the only real way that I have of being able to get experience levels is through fishing. And then I'm going to go ahead and buy the mob spawner, and then when I come back, then we're going to go ahead and get started on actually building the mob spawner. And this mob spawner, mind you, is actually going to be quite a ways away from where I live. It's going to be quite a ways away from this area, and the only reason why that is going to be is so that I'm not constantly having all those mobs and stuff loaded in my chunks. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the levels I need, buy the mob spawner, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all the materials that I'm going to end up needing in my inventory. So if you can tell, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I've got quite a few slabs, 9 stacks of cobblestone. As you can tell, I've been busy with the cobblestone generator. And here's what I'm going to end up doing. This is actually going to end up being like a little out in this direction. I'm going to have it so that I have to go past or at least through the jungle island. But before I go ahead and do that, there's something I want to show you guys I found last episode, or at least not last episode, but in between episodes. But if you look up there, up at the top of the trees, there's actually a zombie head up there. I may or may not get that a little bit later. If I do get it, it's probably not going to be in this episode, but I thought that was kind of interesting, and I may or may not, as I just mentioned, go ahead and get that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build out a platform a little bit like this, and this is actually where I'm going to go ahead and build out towards where the mob spawner is going to be. And if I go ahead and go in my inventory, as you can tell, I do have the monster spawner in my inventory. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out maybe about this far. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like everything is out of render distance as far as the my base is concerned, so that's good. So my base is out of render distance, which is what I want. And the reason why, I know I already mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to say it again. The reason why I want it as far away from my base as possible is so that it doesn't render all the mobs that are in the spawner when I'm over there. So it's not going to like horrendously lag everything, which is my whole point. Alright, so let me go ahead and start getting out the cobblestone. So here's how I'm going to end up building this. This is going to be like one of the mob spawners that I've built, like it's gonna be like a standard mob spawner, if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't. So I'm going to build up something like this, and then the mobs are not going to be able to get out any further than this. But I'm going to wait until I'm actually done building this before I'm ready to put that together. So here's how I'm actually going to do this. So I'm going to build this out 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to go up by 1. So let's see, how far have I gone? So 1, 2, 3, 4. This would make 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to build this up too high. And if I go ahead and place a block up there, there we go. And here's how I'm going to end up doing this, is that I'm going to have these platforms go up like this. And actually I could probably get away with just simply doing, yeah, I can probably get away with just simply doing that. And this is where the mobs are going to end up falling down in order to flow through, if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't. What I'm trying to accomplish here is actually very simple. The mobs are gonna flow down to right here. I'm gonna have a block that's gonna be like in front of here, so I can at least get their items. And hold on, how far does water go? I think water goes out like 7 blocks. So what I'm actually going to end up doing is I'm going to set it up so that I have a block like right here, and I'll have a sign. I have signs in my inventory. I think I've got enough signs to do what I want. I'm going to have a sign right here, and what that's going to end up doing is that it's going to stop the water from flowing, so that I'll be able to get the items from the actual grinder itself. That's at least the plan here. And this is actually going to end up being a 9x9 platform. I'm just looking at this right now, so let me double check to see how far I've gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And actually, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a block. It's going to go right here, but I'm not going to put that there until I'm actually done. And so if I go out, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I do it on the other side, that makes 7, 8, 9. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the rest of this. You guys obviously don't want to see me build this entire thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to edit this part out and finish the basic of the mob spawner. And I'll be right back. This is obviously going to take quite some time. I mean, that much was fairly obvious to begin with, but this is definitely going to come in handy because I'll be able to get levels easily, and as of right now, the only way I have of getting levels is fishing, and that certainly doesn't, that takes a long time to get levels from that. So, yeah, give me a moment, guys. Actually, give me, like, a few moments, because this is going to take, as I mentioned, quite some time to put together. Okay, so with the exception of the roof on this, I am just about done with the actual spawner itself. I'm actually going to leave it open for right now. I want to actually get the spawner set up before I actually end up putting the roof on it. I know that probably doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense, but that's how I'm going to end up doing it. And so I've got just this last segment left, and then I will be done with the walls. And I actually set up a little bit of a staircase up. And the only reason why I did that is because I want to be able to set up the actual spawner itself. And let me go ahead, I'm going to come over to this corner. I'm going to fall off and place water down where I'm going to land. There we go, that worked. The only reason why I wanted to do that is so that I knew I did not end up falling off. I didn't taking damage is actually what I was meant to say. It's not what actually ended up coming out. So yeah, so this was just so I could get up to the top. And as you can tell, I set up a little bit of some signs up, because then that way the water can flow down and go into here, and the mobs will fall down into it. So here's the thing that I want to do. The spawner is actually going to go up here. This is actually, I looked it up, this is the center, and it's going to go right here, and oh, it's empty. Okay, that's actually something I'm going to actually have to talk to TGC about, because I was not expecting it to be empty. And the only reason why I put that slab up there is because once I actually get this thing working, if I actually manage to get it working, that's a big if that I have to take into consideration, then mobs can't actually end up spawning on top of the spawner. And that I'm actually surprised that it didn't have anything in it. So here's what I'm going to do. In between episodes, I'm going to do two things. Number one, I'm going to talk with TGC about turning this into an actual monster spawner, what I'm going to end up having to do in order to get this to work. And I'm pretty sure this is how it works in Pocket Edition. I'm sure Java Edition is a different story. Basically what you have to do is you place down just a monster spawner, and then you click on it with a monster egg or spawn egg or anything like that, and it'll turn into that kind of spawner. And because it's empty, I definitely am going to have to do that. I'm going to have to go into creative mode in order to get the spawning. So I'm going to talk to TGC about that. But in the meantime, I think this is how I'm going to leave it. And mainly I could probably close this all off if I really wanted to. But I'm going to save that until a little later. But yeah, other than that, I'm done with this project for at least right now. And I actually did not end up using the water like I thought it was going to. Not that's a huge problem or it's a huge surprise, but yeah, you know what, whatever. And so now what I'm actually going to do, let's go ahead and take care of this spider since he's right here, because I definitely do not want to have to deal with this guy. And yes, I technically have been working like all through the night in order to get this to work, in order to build this. And there's another spider up there, isn't there? Yeah, I see him. Alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to him. Okay, never mind. He came to me. Okay. So, yeah, that's about all I'm going to do for right now. So, I'm going to talk to TGC about getting a spawn egg from Creative in order to turn this into a fully functioning monster spawner. And I think what I'm also going to end up doing, because I'm pretty sure in the XP area, he ended up using command blocks to give it to me and to make sure I had the proper amount of XP in order to get it. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, so I'm going to do some research. Maybe I can help him out by maybe figuring out if there's like maybe a command like that I can use to actually turn into the spawner I want it to be. I'm pretty sure he would find that most useful. Alright, so I don't really have anything else planned for this episode. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself up, give myself a few materials, because I definitely do not have enough materials for right now in order to go much of anywhere. That's for sure. So I'm going to get myself some more slabs. I'm going to empty my inventory, and then I'm going to make my way to another island, because I don't really have anything else planned for this episode. Okay, so here's the plan for the remainder of this episode. I actually want to make my way over to that island over there, or I can make my way over to that island over there. Actually, I think I'm going to make my way to this island because I only have time for like one more island, and that's probably the best place I could probably go. And I think I remember from last season, because that island over there was completely brand new as of last season. I think I remember from that is that it actually had a few ores on it that I can grab. And I don't remember how important these ores are. Probably not very important, considering that this is a skyblock and like there are very few ores that are actually useful in this, unless you count wood as technically ore, which I doubt you would. But yeah, I definitely want to go over there and see what's over there, because I don't remember that well from last season. And I'm probably going to end the episode off probably after that, depending on how much time is left over. Probably going to be enough time left over for just getting to this island, and that'll be it. And I did actually grab myself my iron pickaxe, because I don't remember what's on this island, but I did mention that there's like some sort of ore on it. I actually honestly don't remember what's on this island. If I'm thinking correctly, it might have been lapis. I'm not 100% sure. We're about to find out, and looks like I went a little bit too far, but you know what, not too big of a deal. So if I go ahead and start placing a few planks down like this, there we go, and yep, it's lapis ore. Okay, that's good to know. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to make use of this lapis, however. So let's see, how much lapis am I going to end up getting from all this? We've got 15 so far of 2 ores. I'm actually not used to having to grab lapis with just a regular pickaxe. I'm so used to using an enchanted pickaxe with like fortune on it. So I know I get a lot of it, so it actually surprised me I'm getting as much as I am from just these ores alone. But you know what, that's actually not too bad. I'm probably going to end up making some blocks with that. I can't obviously do that without a crafting table. Let me go ahead and light this place up so at least nothing can end up spawning here. That's definitely a thing I want to make sure that doesn't happen. But you know what? I think with that out of the way, I think this is actually where I'm going to go ahead and end off the episode. Again, I'm going to be talking with TGC in between episodes about this monster spawner that I just built, because it was a bit unfortunate that the spawner did not actually have anything in it when I got it, which I can sort of understand. I'm pretty sure if I look up like data values and stuff, I could probably help him out and figure out like what data value he could put in order to actually make this map give you like a specific monster spawner. That would definitely help out other players, because what I'm playing right now is made specifically for me, and he's probably going to be updating it before too long, so you guys will be able to play pretty much the same version that I am. And if you guys can at least be able to get a legitimate monster spawner out of this, that actually would probably help a lot of you guys out. But yeah, this is actually where I'm going to end off the video. I went off on a tangent. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more than make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCP0 to stay updated. This has been Stews. Thank you guys for watching. And with that, I will see you guys later.
Yeah.